Well, here we're looking at the Dow Jones. We did see a very huge move today, 215 points. This was what we were talking about too, that we were really starting to see this continue to drive higher. I said it was going to be important that we start to see this. It could come into here, and that we could start to see this continue to drive lower here. But it looks like they're really snapping this back. We want to see if there's the commitment past this range. So you'd have to watch this 16,900 level for the commitment past that. I think if you don't see that commitment past that 16,900, that you could start to see some weakness coming into it as it's really coming into the midpoint of the swing. Keep in mind that we're at the midpoint right now at 16,600. That's where we really closed, and we could start to see this cause some. I took a liberty of drawing another retracement line from this other swing here, and we could see that here's your midpoint there. This is where I do think if you see prices continue to drive, you probably could see come up to the 61% to the 50% retracement line, where you're coming into the 50-day moving average. If it's going to hold, it's going to hold that 16,900 range, I think. Maybe if it extends a little further, the 17,000 is really, really crucial to hold, because if we break that, I think we continue to drive higher. But that being said, I still think that there's been damage in this overall market. I mean, I know we're seeing the nice little reaction. Everybody's getting all excited here. But in reality, you got to look at what's really taking place here. I mean, that's why everybody gets incredibly, wow, everybody's buying the Dow. It's fabulous. But they're forgetting that we had a correction action lasting for quite some time. And we're having a reactionary move that's really just got back halfway of what we really lost since the high here. And we had significant divergence in the longer term and some pretty heavy momentum here. So when we get apprehensive on these stocks, or this position, it's not because we're just so crazy bearish we don't want to be on the long side. It's that we understand there's a short squeeze here, and that could really dissipate quickly, and we could see another potential round lower, unless we really prove as we break through these highs that they're going to make that commitment to the long side for a little longer. I mean, I think we've been seeing some good things happening in some of the earnings, but there's other things such as IBM. You see IBM breaking down. You're seeing other stocks that have been doing pretty good bellwethers, and we've been trying to take advantage of some of the short sides, but at least covering in this kind of squeeze situation here. So I think that we could see a little further action here, but I think that we've had a very good move. We have to start to look for some hesitation in this thing, and any potential for this to start to retrace. Now, this is a very tricky point in any technical analysis or any market. And the reason being is you have a very long-term trend. So the trend is up. Okay, on the short term, or the more intermediate term, it's been down. On the short term, it's up. So the main point is the long-term trend resuming? Or are we seeing this intermediate trend, downtrend, starting to really show based upon long-term divergence, some breakdown in the longer-term trend? And are we going to see, some attempts higher, but are they going to start to fail again and start to just see, are we going to start to see some potential failures swing failures as it moves higher? I think that's possible, that we could see some swing failures. But you still have to be very cautious in this environment, and not think that no matter what, you're going to be right here. So yes, they can bring this higher, they can create a new high, it all can happen. It's just that I think there's some things going on here and some damage that's starting to set in that could really start to top this market out anyway. So I'm a little more cautious about this bounce here than I normally would be. But if it starts to break some significant ranges, I'll be on board just as everybody has been. I just felt at this point I'd let this kind of react a little bit, see if it was going to be a short-lived reaction, and what the real move off that. That's why we really didn't play it in a very aggressive standpoint.